He's like, she made a song maybe 3 and over. I'm like, I ain't over there. I know we got that shit.
Right. All right.
Like, Shalom, Israel.
Shalom. Go ahead. Majum.
La Yasharala. We're going to Hapam Hakodam, face the east. We'll start with the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. All right, Abanawa.
Abanaw.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwithka.
Malakwithka.
Raba'ah.
Raba'ah.
Batazayaka.
Batazayaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'aratazah.
Ba'aratazah.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashemayim.
Bashemayim.
Lathalanawa.
Thalanaw.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Kal.
Kal.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknawa.
Wasalaknaw.
Habawathnawa.
Habawathnaw.
Kasalaknawa.
Wasalaknaw.
Habawathinawa.
Habawathinaw.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Tabayaynawa.
Abayaynaw.
Banasaya 1.
Banasaya 1.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawashaynawa.
Hawashaynaw.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Wahatapara.
Atapara.
La'ayawalumya.
La'ayawalumya.
Amen.
Amen. Right. In English. Our Father.
Our Father.
Which art in heaven.
Which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not.
Into temptation.
Into temptation.
But deliver us.
But deliver us.
From evil.
From evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it. I'm going to bless Israel. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Lanawa.
Wayasharala.
Wayasharala.
Wahayabayas.
Wahariyas.
Saparia.
Saparia.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magan.
Magan.
Hagan.
Hagan.
Hashem Yahushai.
Hashem Yahushai.
The water Aman.
The water Aman. All right. What you said was Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushai.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
The Williams family.
The Williams family.
The Hopkins family.
The Hopkins family.
The Fuller family.
The Fuller family.
The house of Kakamamai.
The house of Kakamamai.
The
house of Kakamamai.
Ayar.
Ayar. Trooper Ayar.
All right. And Kakamamai.
And Kakamamai. The Warren family.
The Warren family.
The Price family.
The Price family.
The Taylor family.
The Taylor family.
The house of Amawan.
The house of Amawan.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
That's it.
And Captain Yagarwa.
And Captain Yagarwa.
All right. In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. All right, we're going to Hakak the power. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Baruch
Baruch
Lathalanawa.
Lathalanaw.
Hakak.
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 Larapa'ah.
Larapa'ah.
Kal Makala.
Kal Makala.
Makal Madawa.
Kal Madawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Latahar.
Latahor.
Hamatazarium.
Hamatazorium.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahaquium.
Lahaquium.
Mahathim.
Mahathium.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al-Rakawa.
Awakawa.
Hamata'ala.
Hamata'ala.
Lagarashan.
Lagarashan.
Hashem Yahushai.
Hashem Yahushai.
The water Aman.
The water Aman. In the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you. So be it.
So be it. We go with the blessings. Barak.
Barak,
Atah,
Atah,
Yahweh Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Yahweh Shai,
Wa Maka'ala,
Wayamakala,
Wahalayim, Wa'alahayim,
Wa'alahayim,
Matazabia,
Matazabi,
Alawap Yahana,
Alawap Yahana,
Hawapiyim,
Alawapyim,
Hasaranyim,
Hasaranyim,
Hakwat Yanyanyim,
Akwatazayanyim,
Hakwatazanyanyim, Hakak Yanyam,
Hakakayam,
Hawathiyim,
Ha'akwathyim,
Hawakithim, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai,
the water of mud.
the water of mine. All right. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanan.
Commanding General Yohanan.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. All right, Psalms 121. Aisha,
Aisha,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Ahahariya,
Ahoy,
Mahayan,
Mahayan,
Yaba'a,
Yaba'a,
Isariya,
Izoya,
Isariya,
Izoya,
Ma'ai,
Ma'ai,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shemayan,
Shemayan,
Wa'arataza,
Arataza,
Al Yathan,
Ayathan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Regalka,
Rogal,
Al Yawam,
Ayawam,
Shamarka,
Shamarga,
Hana,
Hana,
La'a,
La'a,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yayashan,
Yayashan,
Shawamar,
Shawamar,
Yasharala,
Yasharala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Tazalka,
Al Yah,
Al-Yah,
Yam Yaka,
Yamyaka,
Yamawam,
Yamawam,
Hashamash,
Hasamash,
La'a,
La'a,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Balayala,
Balayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makal Rai,
Kalrai,
Yashamar,
Yashamor,
Afnapashka,
Athnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamor,
Taza'afka,
Tazaathka,
Abu Afka,
Wawathka,
Ma'ayif,
Ma'ayith,
Wa'ad Awalam.
Wa'ayid Awalam. In English, I will lift up mine eyes
I will lift up my eyes
unto the hills,
unto the hills.
from whence cometh my help.
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from the house,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
You will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth
shall
Israel
neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even
and
forevermore.
even forevermore. All right, Psalms 83. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Al Damayalaka,
Al-Damayalaka,
Al Takarash,
Al-Takarash,
Wa Al Tashakwat,
Al-Tashakwat,
Al Kayahana,
Al-Kayahana,
Awayabyaka,
Awiyabyaka,
Yahama,
Yahama,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al Imaka,
Al-Imaka,
Ya'ariyamwa,
Ya'ariyamwa,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayata,
Wayata,
Ya'aitazawa,
Aitazawa,
Al Tazapon Yaka,
Al-Tazapa 1 Yaka,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakidam,
Wanakakidam,
Wagalia,
Ogalia,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Shimra Sharab,
Shem Yasharala,
Iwada,
Iwada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Na'aitazawa,
Aitazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Al Yaka,
Ayaka,
Baryat,
Waryath,
Yakarathwa,
Karathwa,
Alahaya,
Alahayim,
Adawam,
Alawam,
Wayashamai,
Ayashamai,
Aloyam,
Aliyam,
Mawa'aba,
Mawa'aba,
Wahagaria,
Wahagarim,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa'amawan,
Haimalon,
Wa'amalak,
Malak,
Halashat,
Halashah,
I'm Yashabia,
Meshabia,
Tazawar,
Tasawar,
Gamasha War,
Mashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zarawai,
Sarwai,
Labunya Lawai,
Banyalawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Ashalaham,
Shalaham,
Kaimadyan,
Kamadyan,
Kasaya Sara'ah,
Yasara'ah,
Kayabya, on a cow, Wayashwa, Nashamadwa, Ayandara, Ayawa, Daman, Shayatamwa, Nadayamawa, Kaayabra, Kaira, Wakazaaba, Wakazabak, Wakatazal, Manai, Kasana Kamyawa, Kasa, Kal Nasayam Kamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayarasha, Lanawa, Naawa, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagalgala, Kakwash, Laponya Raraka, Kaash, Taba Ira, Wakal Lahaba, Alahat, Ariam, Khan, Daradatma, Basa Irika, Wabasa Wapaska, Daba Halam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kualawam, Wayabakwashwa, Shemka, Yahawah, Yabashwa, Wayabahawa, Ayai, Wayakaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kaya'ata, Shemka, Yahawah, Labadka, Al Yawam, Al Kaha Arataza.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. It's like it. Keep not thou silence. O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace. And be not still. O my power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off. From being a nation. And the name of Israel shall be no more. In remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarenes. Gabal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Doing to them as unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red. And like Zeed. Yea. All the princes as Zabah. And as Almunah. Who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel. As a stubble before the wind. As a fire burneth the wood. And as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Yahweh. Let them be confounded. In trouble forever. Yea. And let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth.
Sorry, which means turn. All right, you shall be seated. I think we left off at Genesis 41 and 15.
All right. You go ahead and do the Hebrew. Okay. Genesis 41 and 15.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Genesis 41 and 15. Waya Shalak. Para'ah. Waya let me see, Waya Kwa Ra Ath.
Are you at the?
Okay, so I started right here. This is 14, so 15 start right here. Waya Shalak.
Maybe sometimes these are a little bit different, so.
Waya Shalak. 13, let me see.
Yeah, they're starting at 14 actually.
Yeah. Oh, 15.
So 15 is going to be the next one down. It starts at Wayamar. Right here.
Okay, right here. Okay. Waya Amar. Para A. Allah, let me see. Al. Yawa. Yawa. Waya Sap.
Joseph.
Waya Sap.
Yawasap, like
Yawas. Yes, like it. Yawa Sap. Kala Wam. Kalam Daya. Wapata. Let me see. Wapatar. Yeah. Wapatar. Okay. Ayan. Athwa. Anya. Shamataya. Al Yaka. La Amar. Tashamai. Kalawam. Lapa. Let me see. Lapatar. Athwa. Waya Ain. Yawasap. Ath. Para A. La Amar. Bala Idea. Let me see. Bala Idea.
That's right.
Alahayim. Ya'aina. Ath. Shalawam. Para I. Okay. Wayadabar. Para I. Al. Yawasa. Bakalamwa. Bakalamya. Bakalamya. Hananaya. Let me see. Imar. Let me say Imad. Al. Shapath. Haya Amar. Yahawa. No, so Yana. Let me see. Yahana. Man. Haya. Let me see. Haya Amar. Haya Ra. Haya R. Yeah, Haya R. Okay, so like it. See, Al Lath. Shabai. Parwath. Wath. Let's see. Bashar. Wayapath. the R. What the Rai Yana. What the let's see. Wa the Rai Yana. But what the Rayana. Bashath wa. Wahana. Sha'ai. Let me see. Shabai. Parwath. Let me see. Karwath. Let me see. Alawath. Asharyahan. Dalawath. Ra'aiwa. Let me see. The R. Let me see. Ma'ad. Why, let me see. Rock. Wath. Let me see. Bashar. The Yath. Yeah, Yath. Yath. Ya. Kahana. Bakal. Let me see. Aratazah. My Tazarium. Larai. Let me see. Cal. Yeah, let me see. Kalna. Ha Parwath. Harakwath. Waha Raiwath. Raiwath. Ath. Shabai. Haparwa. Let me see. Haparwath. Hara Ashnawath. Habaraya. Habara'a. Let me see. Habaraya. Habara'ath. Habara'ath. Yeah, Habara'ath. Habara'ath. Okay, Habara'ath. Okay, Watabarna. Al Quarabana. Wala'a. Nawadai. Kaya. Ba'awa. Al Quarabna. Wama Rayana. Wama Rath Yahan. Rai. Let me see. Rai. Shamar. Batha Kal. No, so Batha Kala. Wa'ayabtaza. Ra'a. Bakalamya, Wahana, Shabai, Shaboyam, Alath, Bakwana, Kar, Malaath, Tazabya, Watazabwath, Wahana, Shabai, Shaboyam.
Okay. You go to 21.
Is that it right there?
Yeah,
I think that's it right there.
You stopped. That was the last one.
I say 21. Shut that. Went past that.
You might have went past 21, huh? So,
23.
Yeah.
I was 23. Okay.
Okay. No sweat. All right. We'll go back to the top.
Back to all right. Genesis 41:15. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I have dreamed a dream, and there is none that can interpret it. And I have heard say of thee that thou canst understand a dream to interpret it.
Right. So once again, last week we were going over the situation where Joseph was sent into prison, and he helped the baker and the butler, and he interpreted their dreams, and it came true. But I believe it was the baker went, and he didn't mention to Pharaoh what Joseph had done for him. And then Pharaoh ended up having these bad dreams, and he wondered what they were. He went to interpreters. They couldn't tell him what it meant. And so now we have the baker reminding him about Joseph, and he's going to Joseph to see what these dreams are about. So let's keep going.
Okay, verse 16. And Joseph answered Pharaoh, saying, it is not in me. The power shall give Pharaoh an answer of peace.
It says, not in me. The Lord is going to give you the answer. The Lord is the one that's working through me, and is going to tell you what's going on.
Verse 17. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, in my dream, behold, I stood upon the bank of the river. Verse 18. And behold, there came up out of the river seven kine,
Right.
fat-fleshed and well-favored, and they fed in a meadow. 19. And behold, seven other kine came up after them, poor and very ill-favored, and lean-fleshed, such as I never saw in the land of Egypt for badness. Verse 20. And the lean and the favored, and the ill-favored kind did eat up the first seven kind fat. Those first seven fat kind.
Right.
Verse 20. And when they had eaten them up, it could not be known that they had eaten them, but they were still ill-favored as at the beginning. So it awoke.
Right.
22. And I saw in a dream, and behold, 7 ears came up in the stalk, full and good. 23. And behold, 7 ears withered, thin, and blasted with the east wind, sprung up after them. 24. And the thin ear devoured the 7 good ears, and told this unto the magicians, but there was none that could declare it to me. And Joseph said unto Pharaoh, the dream of Pharaoh is one. The power had showed Pharaoh what he is about to do. The 7 good kind are 7 years, and the 7 good ears are 7 years. The dream is one. And the 7 thin in the ill-favored kind that came up after them are 7 years, and the seven empty ears blasted with the east wind shall be 7 years of famine.
Right. So Joseph, Yahweh is telling him that he has been given the power to interpret dreams to the Lord, and so the 7 fat animals are the 7 good years. You're gonna have 7 good years to grow your crops, and the 7 lean ones are the ones going to be the years of famine. And he said that both dreams are the same, the one about the corn and the one about the cows. All right. What verse you at? Okay.
28.
28. All right. Let me just go to this 7, 21, 27. So after you finish 28, you done with 28?
Starting on 28.
Okay, go ahead. Oh no, we just going to English.
Oh, okay, okay, cool.
You did 28 in English, or I would say we do 28 and then I'll start on 29 in Hebrew.
Okay.
And then we'll just
okay, 28. This is the thing which I have spoken unto Pharaoh. What the power is about to do, he showeth unto Pharaoh.
Right. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and read in 29 in the Hebrew. We'll go back to the English and then we'll just push forward from there. All right. Hana, Shabai, Shunyam, Ba'awah, Shabai, Gadawal, Bakol, Arataza, Matazarayim, verse 30, Wakawam, Wakwa, Mawa, Shabai, Shanya, Ra'aid, Athara, Yah, Hawa, Wanashaka, Kala, Hashabai, Ba'arataza, Matazarayim, Wakala, Hara'aib, Ha'arataza, verse 31, Wala'ah, Yawadai, Hashabai, Ba'arataza, Mapanya, Hara'aib, Hahawa, Akar, Ya, Kan, Kaya, Kabad, Hawa'a, Ma'ar, verse 32, Wai Al, Hashanya, Hashanawath, Hakalawam, Al, Para'ai, Pa'aimayam, Kaya, Nakawa, Hadabar, Ma'aim, Ha Alahayim, Wama Mahar, Halahayam, Ha Alahayim, La Aisha Tawa, verse 33, Wa Aitha, Yera'ah, Para'ai, Ayash, number 1, Waka, Come, Wayashayath, Hawa, Al, Arataza, Matazarium. Okay. Verse 34. Ya Aisha, Pa Ra'ai, Waya Pa Quad, Pa Quad Dayim, Al, Ha'arataza, Wakamash, Arataza, Matazarayim, Bashabai, Shanya, Hashabai, verse 35, Wayakaba'ah, Wayaka Kwa Batazawa, Ath Kal, Hakal, Ashanyam, Hata Bath, Haba'ath, Ha'ala'ah, Wayatazabarwa, Bara, Vakatha, Yad, Para'ai, Akal, Ba'arayam, Washamarwa. All right. Let me go back to the English. 29.
All right, Genesis 41:29. Behold, there come 7 years of great plenty throughout all the land of Egypt. 30. And there shall arise after them 7 years of famine, and all the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Egypt, and the famine shall consume the land.
Right.
And the plenty shall not be known in the land by reason of that famine following, for it shall be very grievous. And for that the dream was doubled unto Pharaoh twice. It is because the thing is established by the power, and the power will shortly bring it to pass.
Right. This dream has been established by the Most High, and the Lord will surely bring it to pass. So another interesting thing about this is that the Lord came to Pharaoh in a dream, not because he cared about Pharaoh. Let's take that into account. He didn't come to save Pharaoh. He came to save Joseph. He came to save Israel. This dream, if it wasn't given to Pharaoh, he wouldn't have called upon Joseph. He wouldn't have raised Joseph up. Joseph wouldn't have been in a position, as we get further on in the story, to save his brothers and his father. So that's why the Lord put this dream in Pharaoh. And that's what he's saying.
Okay.
Let's keep going. Verse 33.
41:33. Now therefore let Pharaoh look out a man discreet and wise, and set him over the land of Egypt. Let Pharaoh do this, and let him appoint officers over the land, and take up the 5th part of the land of Egypt in the 7th plenteous years.
Mm-hmm.
35, and let them gather all the food of those years that come, and lay up corn under the hand of Pharaoh, and let them keep food in the cities.
Right. So during these good years, he's telling them that they need to store up. You want to survive this famine that's coming for 7 years, and you better take all the good that comes right now and get ready for them. All this extra that you're going to have is surplus. It shouldn't be wasted. It should be put forward and put back. And right now, we're coming into another lockdown, another time where the government is telling people they can't go in the stores like they want, or only so many people can be in the stores. And we're probably going to see another time where people are going to start buying everything out of the stores. But ISUPK and the Commander General has been told for months now to store up and get ready for this time that is coming, these lean months that are coming ahead. And so that's good preparation and wisdom from the Lord. All right, let's keep going in the English.
All right. Genesis 41:36. And that food shall be forestored to the land against the 7 years of famine, which shall be in the land of Egypt, that the land perish not through the famine. 37. And the thing that was good in the years of Pharaoh, and in the years of all his servants. 38. And Pharaoh said unto his servant, can we find such a one that as this is, a man in whom the spirit of the power is. 39. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, for as much as the power has showed thee all this, there is none so discreet and wise as thou art.
Right. So Pharaoh said, since the Lord showed you this, and there was nobody as wise to understand what was going on, this is what's going to happen.
Thou shalt, Genesis 41:40, thou shalt be over my house, and according unto thy word shall all my people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be greater than thou.
Right.
And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, see, I have set thee over all the land of Egypt.
Right. So got a precept for that. After all these things that's happened to him being pushed down in this situation, this brother was still raised up. We go to Acts chapter 7 and verse 8. Let's see if we can pull that up real quick.
Acts chapter 7, verse 8. And he gave him the covenant of circumcision. And so Abraham begat Isaac, and the circumcision, and circumcised him the 8th day, and Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat 12 patriarchs.
Right. He begat the 12 children of Israel. Let's keep going. Verse 9.
Verse 9. And the patriarchs moved with envy, sold Joseph into Egypt, but Yahweh was with him.
But what?
Yahweh was with him.
They sold him into captivity, sold him to the Midianites and the Ishmaelites into Egypt underneath these heathens. But the Lord was with him. That's what we have to remember in our captivity here in America.
Right.
If the Lord is with you, then who can be against you?
Damn right.
No man can be against you. There's no need to fear your enemies. There's no need to fear the oppressor. If the Lord is with you, you will be all right. And so another key point is that his brothers are the patriarchs. The 11 brothers were feeling envy against him. They wanted his position. And instead of appreciating their position, them being the children of Israel, the Lord's chosen family, they wanted to be the favorite amongst their father, when in reality, they're their favorites amongst the Lord. But all of these things happen for a reason. We'll read that later as we go down through Genesis. Let's keep going.
Okay, and
no, go back to Genesis.
Okay. Basically, if I may,
when
you saying bringing out that and no weapon that formed, I forgot what the scripture is. No weapon that formed against you will prosper. You know what I'm saying? If the Lord is with you. Okay, so we go back to 38. And Pharaoh said unto his servants, "Can we find such one that is find such a one that is a man whom the spirit of the power is?" 39. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, "For as much as the power has showed thee all this, there is none to discreet, and the wise art thou." Okay, thou shalt be over my house, and according unto thy word shall my people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be greater than thou.
Right, only me. So he made him basically what we call like vice president today. No one else in the kingdom will be over Joseph except the Pharaoh. And so he has the authority to tell people to come, to go, to do this, to store up, because the Pharaoh is seeing that he is a wise man and he is going to save this kingdom. And if y'all don't listen to him, we're going to be destroyed. If I was listening to y'all, we would be destroyed. So let's listen to this man. One more precept. I'll read it real quick. It's in 1 Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 53. Joseph, in the time of his distress, kept the commandment and was made Lord of Egypt. Joseph keeping the commandments. See, they tell you the law, statutes, and commandments didn't come around until Moses, but it's telling you this is before Moses. Joseph kept the commandments of the Lord and was made Lord over Egypt. He didn't sleep with that heathen's wife. He didn't, start sinning against the Most High, and he was put into a great position. All right. Let's keep going.
Okay, verse 42.
42, yeah.
And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand and put it upon Joseph's hand and arrayed him in vestures of fine linen and put a gold chain about his neck. And that right there let you know, what I'm saying, Israel was always, sporting, gold things and gold chains, as we do today, and stuff like gold in your mouth, all that. See what I'm saying? That's just our history. You know what I'm saying? We was always, the flavor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The salt of the earth.
Right.
All right. Verse 43.
And his he put his signet. That's like his signet ring. That's like a signature, if I'm not mistaken. They have the rings where you can put your
your signature.
Your family heritage, your sign. Basically, they would stamp your approval, dip it in some wax or something, and then put it in a clothes or whatever. Exactly the same way that Dawood died. So him having this signature gave him the authority. It's like the Pharaoh saying, "Here's my signature. You can sign off on anything." And it's, whatever someone asks you, if you put out an order, just go ahead and put my stamp of approval on it.
Basically, that's it. It's official then.
Exactly.
Okay, 43. And he made him to ride in the second chariot which he had, and they cried before him, bowed the knee, and he made him ruler over all the land of Egypt.
Right.
And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I am Pharaoh, and without thee shall no man lift up his hand or foot in all the land of Egypt. So you couldn't come against none of that. He was like,
right.
You get your hand and your foot cut off trying to come up against me.
Right.
And Pharaoh called Joseph's name Zapnath. Pana'ah.
Right.
And he gave him to wife Asenath, the daughter of Patithera, priest of On.
Right. So he gave him one of these heathen women to marry, and she was the daughter of somebody that was of high stature. So he's becoming entrenched in the Egyptian culture, society. Let's keep going.
And Joseph went over all the land of Egypt, and Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh and went throughout all the land of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
And in 7 plenteous years, the earth brought forth by handfuls. So that means the earth was given handfuls of Joseph,
everything that producing double amounts.
Right.
It was double. So if you in 7 years' time, you getting 14 years worth of crops, and so you can make it through that other 7 years. So that's what the fact is. But this is a hell of a story. You just gotta imagine in today's standard where he's in the penitentiary for something he didn't do, and then the president hears about him. He calls and brings him in, and his brother coming in chains, and locked up with the guards. And after that, the president's all right, man, take the chains off of him, get him a suit, put him in a limo,
right?
Get him a wife, bring him up here,
put him on a hill with a nice house,
right? Get the Secret Service surrounding him,
right?
Protect this man. We're gonna, put him in this position. So this is what happened, Joseph. That's a real story from zero to hero overnight. Let's keep going.
And he gathered up all the food of 7 years which were in the land of Egypt, and laid up the food in the cities, and the food of the field which was round about every city, laid he up in the same. And Joseph gathered corn as the sand of the sea. So that means he was plenty of the sand of the sea. Means you had plenty of whatever you needed.
Right.
Very much until he left numbering, for it was without number. And unto Joseph were born 2 sons before the years of famine came, which Asenath and the daughter of Patithera, priest of On, bare unto him. 51. And Joseph called the name of firstborn Manasseh, for the power, said he, hath made me forget all my toil and all my father's house. And the name of the second called he Ephraim, the power has caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction.
Right. So the Lord has blessed him. He given him a son, something he can be proud of, that made him forget the situation he was in, and even where he's from, the sadness that comes with missing home, missing your family. And the second he named Ephraim, meaning The Most High made me fertile in the land of my affliction. And we know Manasseh and Ephraim, or Parium, today would be the so-called Puerto Ricans, and Manasseh would be the Cubans today. Let's keep going.
52. And the name of the second called him Ephraim, and the Parium caused him to be fruitful. Okay. 53. And the 7 years of plenteousness that was in the land of Egypt were ended. 54. And the 7 years of dearth began to come.
Right.
According to Joseph, he said, and the death was in the lands, but in all the lands of Egypt there was bread.
Right. So it wasn't just in Egypt. There was a famine for a big amount of area, from Israel on up down to Egypt, surrounding there, lower nations. Everyone was suffering at this time except Egypt. And the word dearth is a scarcity or lack of something. Dearth. That's what that means when it says that.
Okay, 55. And when all the land of Egypt was famished, the people cried out to Pharaoh for bread. And Pharaoh said unto all the Egyptians, go unto Joseph, what he has said to you do. 56. And the famine was over all the face of the earth, and Joseph opened all the storehouses and sold unto the Egyptians, and the famine waxed sore in the land of Egypt.
Right.
And all the countries into Egypt to Joseph for to buy corn, because that the famine was so sore in all the lands.
Right. It was a bad famine all around the lands, and people are coming to Joseph to get this grain. So the price is going up. The value is almost a good thing for Egypt at this time, that there was a famine, because they're the only ones that knew this. They're the only ones that were stored up. So that's another one for the precepts where it says, all nations shall be blessed because of thee. These nations were blessed because Joseph was there. These nations were blessed because Israel was going through the famine as well. The Lord had them store up to save Israel. They just caught the crumbs of what was put out to really protect the children of Yasharal. All right. So we have 42. What's our time?
We have 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. Let's see. 42 is on too much. Let's do 2 more 7s. We'll stop at like 14.
Okay.
Let's see what we get at. All
right. Genesis 42:1. Now when Joseph saw that there was corn in Egypt, Jacob said unto his sons, why do ye look one upon another? And he said, behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt. Get you down thither.
Right. It says it's Jacob though, right? You said Joseph, but it says Jacob, right?
Oh, Salaki.
When Jacob saw.
Okay, Salaki. Jacob. And when Jacob saw there was corn in Egypt, Jacob saw into his sons, why do ye look upon another?
Well, he's sitting around looking at each other. So all over here kicking it, and just chilling. Get up and go to Egypt and get something. We're not going to sit here and die. Let's keep going.
And he said, behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt. Get you down thither and buy for us from thence, that we may live and not die.
Right. So this famine, all this is strategic. The Lord has put all this in place to make this situation right. Let's keep going.
And Joseph's 10 brethren went down to buy corn in Egypt. But Benjamin, Joseph's brother, Jacob sent not with his brethren, for he said, lest peradventure mischief befall him.
Right.
And the sons of Israel came to buy corn among those that came, for the famine was in the land of Canaan.
Right. So Benjamin was the youngest brother. Him and Joseph had the same mother, and Benjamin was the youngest. He didn't want to lose his youngest son, so he sent all the other ones except Benjamin. Let's keep going.
And Joseph was the governor over the land, and it was that sold all the people of the land, and Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their face to the earth.
Ooh-wee. So what did we hear about this before? You remember?
Genesis 49, 23?
I don't know the exact precept. Maybe 39:23, but whenever Joseph.
Genesis, but Isaiah 49:23. Let's see. Lower your face to the ground. No, that's something else.
I'm talking about when Joseph said he had the dream. Mm-hmm. That's what got him in this position in the first place. He told his brothers that he had a dream that said they're going to bow down to him.
Right.
He said the stars were going to bow down on the moon, or first he said the wheat or the barley, they're all going to bow down to him in the middle. And his brothers didn't like that. But this is exactly what's happening. That dream was accurate. The Lord sent it to him to tell him that they will bow down to him. So this dream or this prophecy is coming to truth right now.
And the sons of Israel came to buy among all that came, for the famine was in the land of Canaan, and Joseph was the governor over the land, and he was sold it to the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their face to the earth. And Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them, but made him strange unto them, and spake roughly unto them. And he said unto them, Whence come ye? And they said, From the land of Canaan to buy food. And Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew him not. And Joseph remembered the dreams which he dreamed of them, and said unto them, Ye are spies to see the nakedness of the land ye are come.
Right. You guys want to come here so you can take something, strip us of our things. You spies from another nation. You know, you could imagine another people sending their armies out to scout and see if they're going to come to go to war against Egypt because their people are starving. And one thing that's important also here is that where he recognized them, but they didn't recognize him. You just got to think that they might have recognized him if they, how do I put it? You know, I say your mind plays tricks on you. If he was in another situation, they might, that looks like maybe our brother, you know, what he would look like, and been a long time, that looks like our brother, but he's in a position that is almost impossible for them to even imagine that's their brother.
Right.
The man that's over Egypt and is running things, and this is somebody that y'all thinking is dead or in jail, in prison, living life of a slave. Your mind wouldn't even let you think that that's your brother. And on top of that, that's another thing for people to know the people in the Bible are black. Joseph is sitting here blending in with these Egyptians. They see him as a dark-skinned man. They don't know, you know, he didn't stand out. If he was a white man and the Egyptians are black, we know all the Egyptians are black, right, and they're white boys, and they come up and they see a white boy, that's our brother up there. You know what I'm saying? Who's this white boy running things in Egypt? But
Tim, what's up, man?
Exactly.
Bob.
Kyle. You know what I mean? What are you doing in here? But he blended in. He got the Egyptian clothes on, and they can't tell him difference from him and the other Egyptians. So we've always gone into Africa to blend in, to hide away.
Right.
And everyone knows. You look at the pictures of Egypt back then. They were dark-skinned people. They were, you know, people of color, so-called Africans, dark-skinned, and Joseph blended in with them the same way we have, same way people think we are Africans. But it has nothing to do with how you look. It's your bloodline. Right.
So like if I may, it ain't like what they show on the Ten Commandments nowadays, where you know what I'm saying, all these cats is, you know, Edomites. Right. You know what I'm saying? You know, then they show a few black slaves in the background, you know what I'm saying, but everybody else is, you know, in control. That's Edomites, you know what I'm saying? So that's you got to look past that. You know, the Ten Commandments that they show nowadays, and, you know, and get into this history, you know what I'm saying, that the ISUPK is trying to teach you, you know what I'm saying, these people were black, you know what I'm saying, right. They wouldn't know what that Ten Commandments is showing us today, and they in control, you know what I'm saying, back then, they, you know what I'm saying, this is all brothers, you know what I'm saying, and
right.
sisters.
And so, like, if I may, that's another thing you notice about these movies, they will always put black people as the slaves,
right?
And that's the only way you'll make an appearance in a movie, and that's their way of subliminally saying that you've always been slaves, and they want to let you think that you were never great, you were never leaders, that your only position, you were slaves in Egypt, you were slaves in here, you were slaves in Rome, anytime a brother is making an appearance, they in chains. But that wasn't always the case.
Right. That's like, if I may, that's like what's the that's making them movies man, that put on a dress now.
Oh, Tyler Perry?
Tyler Perry, you know what I'm saying? What about? You want to be in, their arena, you got to put on a dress, you know what I'm saying? Right. Make you put on a dress, and now you something that you not really, you're not, that's not really your people, you know what I'm saying? That's not really your background or where you come from, but they're going to make you put on this dress and make you seem, you know what I'm saying, you this way instead of, you know what I'm saying, you the kings, the queens of this earth,
Princesses, right.
Kings like it, princes of this earth, So that's just the way, you know what I'm saying, the way they run, you know what I'm saying, this entertainment, this entertainment thing now, you know what I'm saying? You gotta put on a dress, you gotta be in a bed with a man.
Come on.
Come on, man. But,
what you got?
Let me see. We'll be on 10. Yeah, okay. 42 and 10. And they said unto him, Nay, my Lord, but to buy food are thy servants come. 11. We are all one man's son. We are true men. Thy servants are no spies. And he said unto them, Nay, but to see the nakedness of the land ye are come.
Right. He said, I don't want to hear that. He's going even harder on them. Nah, man. Y'all some goddamn spies. I don't want to hear that. You're just making it sound good. I don't believe anything you're saying.
And they said, Thy servants are 12 brothers, the sons of one man in the land of Canaan. And behold, the youngest is this day with our father, and one is not. Okay. And
right. And so who is the one that's not? That's Joseph. So it's almost, once you tell a lie, some people, they start to believe the lie. They know they didn't kill that boy. They know he didn't get chewed up by some animals, but they said he's not. Like, he's gone, he's dead. And they believe the lie that they told. But Joseph is the one standing right there in front of them. Let's keep going.
And Joseph said unto them, That is it that I spake unto you, saying, Ye are spies. Hereby ye shall be proved. By the life of Pharaoh ye shall not go forth hence, except your youngest brother come hither. Send one of you, and let him fetch your brother, and ye shall be kept in prison, that your words may be proved, whether there be any truth in you, or else the life of Pharaoh shall surely ye are spies.
Right.
And he put them all together into one ward 3 days. And Joseph said unto them, the third day, do this and live, for I fear the power. If ye be true men, let one of your brethren be bound in the house of your prison. Go ye, carry corn for the famine of your houses, but bring your youngest brother unto me, so shall your words be verified, and ye shall not die. And they so did.
Right. So he really wants
to. And they did so.
Right. And he wants to really see his brother. He hasn't seen in a long time. And so they're all his brothers, but Benjamin was the youngest, and he wants to. They had the same mother, so that's his brother. Let's keep going. Verse 21.
And they said one to another, We are verily guilty concerning our brother, in that we saw the anguish of his soul when he besought us, and we would not hear. Therefore, it is distress come upon us.
Right. So he basically saying, this is the punishment that is coming back to us for what we did to Joseph. And so I would say we're going to stop at 21, but let's go to 28 to just get to finish. Let's stop in the good part of the story.
And Reuben answered them, saying, Spake not I unto you, saying, Do not sin against the child, and ye would not hear. And you're not here. Behold, also his blood is required.
Right, now that's how you know these are some black folks. It is how many years later is it? It is 20 years later.
Man.
And a black person can't wait to say, man, I told y'all niggas, I told you niggas not to do that to that boy. And now we got to pay for it. He been waiting all the time. This is the perfect time. That is a black man. He been holding on to that. He knew it was wrong, man. I told y'all niggas.
Y'all sold me.
Yeah.
You know.
Reuben's telling the brothers because he told them, don't sell him or no, don't kill him.
Right.
You know, and they tried to come up with this other idea. He was the oldest one trying to tell them not to do this thing. So they did it anyway. Now he's like, yep, I told y'all. You know,
it's required. Now.
Right.
And then they knew not that Joseph understood them, for he spake unto them by an interpreter.
Right. So he's speaking in this Egyptian tongue. He's talking in the Kemetic language through an interpreter to them, but he still understands the Lashawan Kudash. He understands the Hebrew.
Right.
He's listening to them talk right in front of him. All right. Let's keep going.
And he turned himself about from them and wept and returned to them again and communed with them and took from them Simeon and bound him before their eyes.
Right. So that's another thing. Jeremy Hyman talks about that. It's not necessarily wrong if you feel like you have to cry, but no, you don't have to be all in front of everybody boo-hooing and tear. Go away from people. If that's what you need to do that. That's what Joseph, he turned away from them and then he wept. You know, he was saddened at the fact that he's coming to terms with what happened to him and how, you know, one brother didn't want this to happen to him, but they really did him wrong. Let's keep going.
Then Joseph commanded to fill their sacks with corn and to serve every man's money into his sack, and to give them provision for the way. And thus did he unto them. Right.
So he said, let's fill up their stuff, let them go back home, and also put the money back in their sack. Don't even take the money that they've given. So let's keep going.
And he laded their asses with corn and departed thence. And as one of them opened the sacks to give his ass provender in the end, he espies his money, for behold, it was in the sack. It was in the sack's mouth. Verse 28. And he said unto his brother, my money is restored, and lo, it is even in my sack. And their heart failed them. And they were afraid, saying one to another, what is this that the power has done unto us?
Right. So they first
figured it out. Yeah.
Right. They took their brother Simeon. He's locked up back there in Egypt. They get to go home with some food, but then they find out the money's still on them. So they're like, man, they're going to accuse us of stealing this food and all that type of stuff. What has the Lord done to us?
What's the Lord done to us? I don't understand what's going on now. They just confused.
Just get from bad to worse to worse. First we starve, and then we come to get some food. We think it's turning good. Then we get called spies, and they take a brother from us. Then we get to go, but now, you know what I mean? It looks like we stealing money. Yeah, like we just stole from the Egyptians. They definitely got this right. Right.
Somebody set this up.
Right. So that's the point where we'll stop at. We'll start at 29 next week.
29, yeah.
There you go. All right.